asked me if I would moderate this afternoon's listening conversation around unemployment. So our main goal this afternoon is to hear from folks who are unemployed, to hear about the struggles that families are having. We've got some of our state representatives and aides here. I'd like to introduce them. They're going to be listening attentively. Representative James O'Day is here. Representative Dan Donahue is here, and he had to go. I don't know if people are aware, there are Democratic caucuses today, so folks are coming and going. And then Moses Dixon, who's the aide to Representative Mary, and Jeremiah Thompson, an aide to Senator Warren. So, as we said, our main goal is to hear from you, to be able to listen, but we wanted to invite someone to kind of share an overview this morning. So, Grace Ross is going to just give us a context for this conversation.
Sorry. So I had, this is over here. I had, hi everybody.
Hi, Grace.
I had hoped to be able to do a visual presentation because it's still my experience in talking to folks is that people are feeling like it's their individual problem that they're unemployed or underemployed. And if you look at the official statistics, that looks like, yeah, there aren't that many folks who are unemployed. But the reality is that unemployment is still rising. We're not getting told that. And so I just wanted to take a minute and sort of say to folks, you know, if you're facing unemployment, someone you know is facing unemployment, you've been unemployed, but you're now back at work at a job that pays less or has fewer benefits or whatever, then unfortunately, seems to be what's happening to the vast majority of people. And so I really want to encourage folks to speak out, because the problem is that since the official statistics make it look like things are getting better, but they're not. I think people are feeling ashamed and they're not saying anything. And so what's happening is that the U.S. Senate, Senator Warren and Senator Markey have been against this trend, but the U.S. Senate has not voted to continue to extend unemployment benefits. And the State House now, some folks, again, not Rep. O'Day who's here, or Rep. Keith who's represented here, but there are some folks at the State House who are talking about cutting back the way you get unemployment, so like extending the number of weeks you have to work or whatever. And this is insane in a time when there was a report just came out from Oxfam that says that now 30 individuals in the United States have as much wealth as the bottom half. 30 individuals in the United States have as much wealth as the bottom half. So obviously we can't afford this. I know there may not be enough of these copies going around, but some of the things I wanted to share with people are on this report, and I know that folks are stapling these, so maybe you can grab it when you leave. But the really dramatic thing here, and I know you can't see it at this distance, but is that our recession, if you line up the beginning of every recession since the Great Depression, our recession is this bottom line of jobs. We're still way under the jobs that have, for every other recession, by now, jobs had bounced back, and there were as many jobs available as there had been beforehand. We're still years away from that at the rate at which jobs are being recreated. In addition, the jobs that have been created, and this doesn't get reflected in the unemployment statistics, have been part-time jobs. So what was full-time jobs are getting replaced with part-time jobs. The jobs that folks used to have that paid well in manufacturing or the trades are getting replaced by service jobs and jobs at Walmart and places like that, and you just can't compare the wages and benefits in those jobs to what's going on. So even the people who are getting work now are getting offered jobs that don't make ends meet. and that are not enough for people to survive. It's also true, and you won't see this anywhere, that the folks who lost jobs during the recession between the ages of 24 and 55, net, there have been no new jobs gotten. So people might be shifting off, you're losing a job, someone else is getting that job. It's only in the 55-year-olds or older that people are actually picking up jobs. So the vast majority of people who are trying to support a household, maybe raise kids, whatever, are not getting any jobs. So we have no job creation happening for the vast majority of us. So I wanted to name that because I think it's too easy for us to feel like we're alone with this. You're not alone, your voice really, really matters. And if there was ever a time to speak out and understand that this isn't your fault, now's the time. So thank you.
Thank you, Peter. There's a few seats up front here if people want to come up and sit down at this point. You have the list of folks who are going to speak.
Did you have
You
it
want to
signed?
put-
I asked for that.
Okay. So can I just see hands of people who are going to speak? How many folks are going to speak? So, Chris, based on the number, I think everyone would have 2 minutes to speak, or is it 3, you know?
Could I see a show of hands of how many people want to speak? How many people might want to speak after they've heard other people speaking and get warmed up? So could I see all the hands again? Both categories? You gotta count quick?
2 minutes. A dozen. Dozen to 15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with, shoot for 2 minutes, but 3 minutes max.
Okay. And we need a timekeeper.
Mildred?
Do we have a timekeeper? Okay. What's your name? Mildred? You're going to sit up here? Mildred gets at 2 minutes her hand